Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. How you doing? Michael Zuber with One Rental at a Time. And as I promised in the daily financial news, I have added more columns to this spreadsheet of comparing housing affordability over the last 40 years. And first off, let me just say that some of you all don't like math. I got a lot of angry comments, a lot of "you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about, housing can't be more affordable." It's just math. I'm not judging. I was surprised by the data. It's just math. So in this video, what I've done is I've actually extended the conversation to July of 2021. The data does turn or pivot into July because we've seen about a $90,000 in average appreciation or average rise in the median home price. So you will see a turn in the data. I've added some graphs because some of you are more visual than kind of chart based. And then most importantly, for all of you talking about what happens when interest rates go up, I have done it. I have added what happens when rates go to 4%, 5%, 6%. And then a lot of you talked about mortgages going to 1%. So I've added that in as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring up the same Excel spreadsheet, and we are going to once again talk about housing over the last 40 years. So let me go ahead and share that. And again, this is being, I'm adding to this more and more. So again, this is a video I put out yesterday. I took the median home price. I took for 1980, 85, 90, 95, 2000, 2005, 2010, 2015, and 2020. I took all of these variables. Median home price, you can Google it. Fixed interest rate for that year. I assumed 20% down payment. I had to assume something. I assumed I did math, the financed amount, right? Down payment minus price. I calculated the 30-year payment based on the interest rate. I looked up the median income for a family of 4. This is not individual, it's a family of 4. I then took the income and divided by 12 to make it monthly, right? Monthly income versus monthly payment. And then I just did math. The one thing to point out about monthly income is it is gross, not net. I didn't want to calculate taxes and all of those things because then it could get wonky with different tax rates and the like. So what I did is I found that in 1980, it took roughly 30% of your gross income to pay the mortgage for the average family and the average house, all the way out to 2020, where it was only less than 14%. That's where yesterday's video ended. What I've since done is I've added July 21. That's down here. You can see I'm highlighting it now. You can see prices are up, right? Prices in July of 21 are 363. They were 270 last year. So they're 263. They're up 93,000 bucks. Interest rates are down a little bit. They're down to 2.63. Hence the 20% down payment is larger finance amount. So now your monthly payment is 1168, where just 7 months ago it was 900. Income is up only slightly. So now the payment in July of 21 is 17.54%, which means we are cheaper than 2010 and 2005, right? 2010, we were spending 18% of our income, and same with 2005. So again, what we see in July 21 is over 17%. So we are more expensive than 2015 and a lot more expensive than 2020. But we are a lot less expensive than 1980 and 1985. One thing I hope you all are picking up on this is a lot to do with interest rates, interest rates, interest rates. So what did I do? I wanted to play a game called What If? I assumed home prices stayed the same. Okay. Then I assumed what happens if rates are 4, 5, and 6%. The down payment is obviously the same because that's just 20%. The finance amounts is the same, but now the payment goes from $1,300 to $1,500 to $1,700, all because of the interest rate. What I assumed is your income stayed the same. Income stayed the same. Income stayed the same. So what happens if rates go to 4%? We are now spending 20% of our income, or we are back between these two periods. We are back between the year 2000 and 2005. 2005, we were spending 18%. 2000, we were spending 22%. Folks, this is just math. I'm not passing judgment. It's just math. Then if we go to 5%, we are up to 23% of our gross income, which means we are between these two periods. We are between 1990 and 1995. If rates go to 6%, we are now at 26%, which really means we are here at 1990. So again, I ask you, was housing expensive in 1990? Assuming income stays the same, assuming value stays the same, and interest rates go all the way to 6%, interest rates double, we are just back to 1990 levels. Let that sink in. So based on today's live stream, people are talking about a video about mortgages going to 1%. I do not see it, but I thought it would be an interesting exercise. So again, just like before, I assumed the price stayed the same. Everything else stayed the same, and we have interest rates at 1%. That gets us to a 14% affordability, or 14% of gross income for the month. What I wanted to do here was see what happened to real estate prices and to see what happens to payments. So what I'm going to ask you to do is look at this number right here, 14.04%. I'm now going to add appreciation. What happens if appreciation went up 10%? Affordability is now 15. What happens if appreciation went up 20%? What happens if appreciation went up 30%? You see, we're only, if real estate values go up 30% because of a 1% mortgage, we are just back to 18.25. So we are back to 2010 levels. I think most of you would say 2010 was affordable. Again, I'm not calling for a 1% mortgage, but some of you are following a channel that is. So what happens if rates go, values went up 40%? We are now at 20. What if housing goes up 50%? Can you imagine your 363K house is now worth 544? Went up 50%. Your payment is right between here. Between 2000 and 2005, you are spending, what is it, 21% of your take-home pay. So again, I am not calling for 1%. I just wanted to do the math and see what happens. I think rates are going up. I think rates get to 4% is a non-event. I think rates get to 5%, real estate slows down significantly. I'm not calling for a crash because we're still affordable by comparison. So I added some math. I added interest rates. Some of you get really upset. It's just math. I'm not passing judgment. I think a lot of what we've seen the last 40 years is because rates are lower. If you could tell me where rates are going and when they're going, we can make a prediction. I think rates are going up. I don't know when. Somebody else think rates are going to 1%. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine. What happens to real estate? So let me know what you think. Leave comments below. Have some fun. Do the math, do the math, do the math. Bye.